Hello guys, it's me, Saifa. Today we're going to be doing a foundation review video for the new Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. This is what it looks like. I'm using the shade 345C. It says it's blurring, but I always use my foundations with a blurring primer. So we're gonna test it on one side to see how blurring it is. I'm just gonna put primer on one side of my face. I'll put primer on this side of my face, on my pores, and then we'll test the other side to see how blurring it is. I'm not gonna be using any other primer today, like mattifying primer or anything like that. So we're gonna have to see how it works on my skin without any help from like a mattifying primer or any of that. But maybe this is gonna be like a 3-day wear test. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to use it with a mattifying primer, and maybe we can do another day. We can test out the Jackie Aina trick of using powder before you even use any foundation. So this is a foundation bottle, very nice, very pretty. Okay, we're going to be using one full pump, and see how much coverage that gives us. So I'm just going to be dotting it right over here. I'm going to be using a brush and a sponge. On this side I'll be using a brush. Let's see if it can cover these red marks I have right over here. Let me bring you guys closer so you can see my skin better. Okay. So it hasn't covered like the red spots. You can still see them, but it says it's a medium coverage, so let's just give it that. We can't expect it to cover everything if it's not even a full coverage foundation. So we're using the full pump on just one side of my face. It looks pretty natural. It doesn't look like I'm wearing so much foundation. Let's add another pump, another full pump, and let's try it with a blender this time. This is a Morphe blender. Let me look at it up close. I'm looking very luminous. Oh, I gotta say, the sponge and the brush, they're just both giving me the same amount of coverage, very light coverage, and I look very luminous. And I don't know if I'm that big of a fan of looking this luminous, but we'll see how it looks at the once I powder it down a little bit. I'm just going to be adding a bit more coverage right over here where I need it. See how much it can build up. It does build up a little bit. You can layer it down, and it doesn't look cakey. How is it looking? It does look very natural. It has a lot of radiance, but I still look like I'm wearing foundation. And my pores, they don't look worse than they already are. They don't look blurred, like they look blurred on this side because of the primer, but they don't look bad on both sides, so you can wear it. So now that that's done, I'm just going to be setting it with a bit of powder. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in banana bread. So I'm just putting a light layer of powder just to set everything so it doesn't feel so tacky. And this is how I'd wear my foundation anyway. I won't wear it without powder. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. It's gonna be very minimal today. I'm back. Anyways, I put some bronzer on my eyes, on my cheeks, some lipstick and some brows and mascara, and I'm done. So this is what the foundation looks like. My face is looking very good. my mascara is everywhere, but my face is looking quite good. The coverage is quite minimum. You can still see the redness here, and I didn't put any concealer or anything to help it out. It's 12:51, so around 1. I'm gonna be back in a few hours to see how it's looking. My face is very, very oily, and I don't like to touch up throughout the day, so I like a foundation that I like to do everything once and be done. But you know, if you want to go out again or something, you do have to put on some powder, and that's okay. But if I'm just chilling, I really don't like to touch my face again and again and again. I like to be done with it. So I'll catch you guys in just a second here, because it's gonna be a long time for me, but it's gonna be just a second for you. Hello guys, I'm back. It is currently 2023, so it's been like 7.5 hours since I first put on this makeup. Ooh, I am looking rough and oily. Can you see how oily I am and sweaty? And you know what, I haven't been doing much. I didn't like go out. I've just been editing and chilling. Okay, cooked. So we're not looking good, ladies. I'm very oily. I'm just gonna be using, I'm not gonna be adding any product. I haven't added anything. I haven't touched up in any way. I didn't add powder, didn't add anything. The only thing I've touched up is my lipstick, nothing else on my face. Remember, we didn't put any concealer or anything, just a little bit of powder. My pores are looking rough. Cheeks, the coverage on my cheeks is all gone. I can see all the discoloration peeking through. I could only see something like here. So maybe I've been leaning on my face while editing or something, because it's gone on my cheek area. But my forehead looks okay. I'm just so oily. I'm so oily. So before, do we even need to do like a last check-in? It's caking around my nose because of the oils. My face is looking hella oily. Let me see if I blot it out, what will happen. Blot out some of the oil. A little bit of is coming off. I can see that it was coming off all day. Look, when I hug my knees. Okay. You know, the oil is coming out. I look like I'm wearing highlight, but I'm not. I'm just so oily. And let me give it wasn't so bad all day. It was really good actually, until about this 5-hour mark is when it started to feel like really oily. But before that, it was feeling very good. It is very lightweight, so I don't feel like I'm wearing so much on my face or anything like that. So that's true. That's one of the claims, it's very lightweight, and it is true. But you know, for my oily skin, I am very oily at this point. But after I blotted it out, it looks good. The places where I blotted out, it's not like the coverage is gone. The coverage did go away from my cheeks, but everywhere else, coverage is still there. I think I'll give it a few more hours. Check in how it does in a few hours. If I don't get the chance to check in, because life is not that easy, if I don't get a chance to check in, I will see you guys still in a little bit here on YouTube, but it will be like a full day for me, because I'm going to try this foundation again tomorrow using a mattifying primer, see how that works out. Hope things go well. Day 2. So yesterday I put that makeup on. I did not come for the third check-in because it was like I took out my makeup at around 11 o'clock, and I was already looking oily again. So it doesn't work very well with my oily skin without like help. You know, I put minimum powder and no primer. So today we're going to be trying out with a mattifying primer. The primer we're going to be using is from Huda Beauty. This is the Matte Perfection Pre-Makeup Base. Oil-free mattifying makeup base. Shake well before use. That's all the instructions. So we're gonna shake, shake, shake. Today I do want to go out and I do want my makeup to look much better. So we'll see how it works on my oily skin. For dry skin girls, maybe this is the foundation for you. Okay, I think I put too much, so I'm just gonna spread it all out everywhere. But I want the most mattifying effect right here on my T-zone. So we're gonna be using the same foundation, yes? Duh. You can see what we want to cover up. We have some redness over here. My face is still feeling tacky. We have this pimple mark over here. These are like tiny, this is a pimple here, and just some redness from scars. So I'm gonna be putting one pump. Yesterday we did use 2 pumps to cover my face. Let's start with the side. It does not matter. We're primed. You know what else I think I don't like about this foundation is the shade. You know, maybe I went for a darker, more yellow shade, and I'm yellow, but I'm a bit more olive than yellow. So, you know, let's blend it out and see the shade. As usual, I'm looking already so... This mattifying primer, I'm not looking matte. This foundation is very oily though. It's so greasy. Anyway, second day, I'll be checking in whenever I feel like I need to. I'm right now not oily. I'm gonna finish my base makeup. I'm gonna finish my face. I'm gonna do an eye look today. So I'll check in with you when I feel I need to. I forgot to say the time. In the afternoon. So let's call it the first. We finished our face at 12:12. I'm back. I've had a busy day. I'm looking rough. It is currently 9:39. I've had a long day. I have not touched up even a little bit. Just my lipstick is touched up. Let's take a look at my face. I'm definitely oily. Even with the mattifying primer, I'm oily. But I think the mattifying primer did help a little bit. What do you guys think? I'm so oily right here and right here. The rest of my face looks less oily. Coverage is reduced, definitely. My cheek area coverage is like gone here. I still have my blush on. You can still see my bronzer, but I'm looking so oily. But you know what? I'm looking oily, but I'm not looking... The foundation hasn't cracked or like separated at all. Okay, let me try and reduce the light so you guys can see better. Can you see a bit better? Like the foundation is wearing off. You can see the problem area right here. You know what? It's doing okay, but I'm so oily, so it's not a foundation I can wear all day and look like perfect all day. Hello guys, today final day of testing. I'm already moisturized and everything. We're gonna prime and we're gonna get to it. I'll show you what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna prime with a pore primer. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not put foundation yesterday, but today is the 3rd day of trying out this foundation. We're gonna try our best to make it work for oily skin. We are gonna use a primer. I'm gonna use the same mattifying primer all over my face. Today we are going to do the Jacqueline method, okay? Jacqueline says if you want your makeup to last longer and to be less oily, you should try setting your primer with a powder before you put on your foundation. So today is like going to be the second time I'm trying this. The first time it didn't work out very well for me. It looked patchy, but we're going to try it again today and we're going to see how it makes my foundation last. So I'm just going to be using this Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. I'm going to be putting it a little bit on my Morphe sponge here, and we're going to be setting down the primer. I hope I'm using enough powder. This is new to me, so I'm setting down my whole face with a powder. To help the foundation out today, I need to just make things a bit different. I'm going to show you that you can use your concealer. Try to get the closest match to you, okay? Don't go lighter because you don't want to bring something lighter, brings out your imperfections. So if you use a concealer that's too light to cover your blemishes, it's just going to show your blemishes more. So try to look for concealer as close to your color as possible. I'm going to try this one. I'm not sure if it is, but we're gonna go with it right where I need more coverage. This helps the foundation out. I have even mosquito bites on my face which turn red, so I'm gonna blend that in. See what I'm saying? If I put powder, I look a bit patchy. Jackie Aina method, she always does this and her foundation looks great. So it's just patching out. We're already off to a bad start. I don't know if this powder thing works. Powder without before foundation. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's patchy. Oh, it's so patchy. I hope you guys can see it. I don't even think I should continue. I think I should rub that off. It's so patchy. How did she put powder before foundation? Can you see the dry patchiness it brings out? Ooh. I don't even want to continue. I want to rub that off. We're rubbing that off. Since I don't want to wash my face, I'm just going to be using a cotton pad with some moisturizer, the same moisturizer I used. I'm going to rub that off. No. This Jacqueline method thing, I don't know if it's working. I don't know if I should try it again. What do you guys think? Should I try it again? Maybe I used too much powder? I'm not going to try it today. I'm just going to put foundation. The other side looks dry, but maybe we can work with it. I don't know if you guys can see this through the camera, but I brought you guys closer, okay? But I don't think you guys can see this, but I have this patch here. Like, it's like a dry patch, which I never get dry patches because I'm not dry at all. So it's not the foundation's fault. It's actually the powder before foundation. Tried the Jacqueline method, and it's not working out well for me. No, it doesn't look good. Let's try another pump. Anyways, I'm sad, but we're still gonna wear the foundation, see how it wears any the oiliness, because so far I don't look so oily like I normally do after I put on the foundation. So it does help with the oiliness when you put powder. But then there's patches. So do you want oil or patches? Up to you. Okay, so I put some concealer on, and I look good. I don't look as oily as I do at the beginning when I put this foundation on. I think the powder is helping, but there's some patches, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to keep trying this method out, you know, and I will let you guys know how it works out. Okay, so we're back. My face is all powdered down. I look matte. Not so much. You can still see, you know, glowy. It looks good. I have a patch right here, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, it just looks dry where I put the concealer. So I don't know, maybe the concealer doesn't work with this powdering first. We're gonna have to test this out, girls. I don't know, we're gonna try it out. But anyways, today we're done. Let's put some spray. Leo najaribu kuifanya hii foundation ikae. So I'm gonna put some setting spray, waterproof setting spray, ultra matte finish, ultra matte. Okay, let's spray our face down, alafu we see if this works out. I can't even breathe. It went right up my nose. It smells so strong. We are gonna see how this lasts. Today nijitahidi. I come here at least 2 times. Okay, I'll try my best. I don't think I'm going anywhere, so I'm gonna try my best to come here in a few hours. Whew. Please, Ya Allah, please make me come back here so we can check in a few hours. Anyways, by tonight we are gonna get the final verdict about this foundation. Okay, I'll give you guys my full thoughts on everything. This is how we are looking. Hi my ladies, I'm back for the first check-in of the last day. This is the first check-in. We're gonna do one more check-in, okay, in like a few hours, 2 hours. It's right now, time is 19:30, so we've had it on since 1. So how many hours is that? 6.5 hours. Okay, we're looking oily as usual. Not bad. Okay, I'm still, because I'm under the lights, it looks way worse than it is. No, it's oily. Don't mind the eyeliner and everything, because I had eyelashes and I ripped them off, so the eyeliner is patchy eyeliner, okay? But my face is oily again in the same areas. I haven't done much. I've been recording all day, editing. I cooked a little bit, but that's about it. So I'm so oily for doing nothing really, like sitting around. So I'm gonna blot it a tiny bit with some tissue, just here where I'm so oily. After blotting it out, it looks good as new, kind of. Today I can see a little bit of around my nose. You know what, I'm not gonna even blame the foundation for this. I think I'm just gonna blame the powder that I put on before I put on the concealer, because I still have that dry patch here from the concealer and the powder mixed together. Remember, we removed it here, so this looks smooth, but here where I had the concealer looks rough. I have a little bit of tiny bit of caking, nothing big, nothing to worry about, nothing I wouldn't be comfortable going out unless someone is looking at my face like I'm looking at my face. So I look really good. For 6 hours I'm fine, but you know what, every day I told you guys around 5-6 hours is when I get really oily. But you know, you can wear this, you just have to have some tissues and you blot yourself. Coverage is still looking good. Today we can give that to the spray, Huda beauty spray, also the maybe a little bit of the primer. It's settled around my smile lines right over here. Just a bit of caking around my mouth and over here, but nothing big, nothing I've never dealt with, nothing that would scare me and be like, oh, my foundation looks so wet. But no, I've had worse foundations, like something looked worse on my face for a short amount of time. Anyways, that's the first check-in. It is now, I said, now it's 7:42. I'm gonna be back by like 10. I'm gonna try 10 o'clock before I have to wash everything off. I'll see you guys then. Not bad ladies, not bad today. Hello guys, Whew, we're done. The night is over. It is 21:53, so nearly 10 o'clock at night. I've had this foundation on since 1. I had this foundation on for 10 hours at this point. Let's take a look. Oily, even though we just blotted a few hours ago at like 7. We blotted everything out at like 7, so I'm back to oily. Oh, you can see like no foundation here, no foundation here. I still have that dry patch. Everything is still on. My blush is still on, my bronzer is still on. I did put a little bit of highlight today, so what you see here, a little bit of highlight. Can I even see the highlight? I just see oil. So today it did way better than all the other days. So with putting on the powder and putting on the mattifying primer and putting on a spray, then it's a bit better. I'm so oily, yes, but it is a bit better than the first 2 days. So basically this foundation, even though it's lightweight and you know it's like meant to be like an everyday foundation, you can't just wear it and go. You have to put so much on, so much effort to make it stay on. So for oily skin girls, I don't think it's suitable. I think this is very suitable for people with dry skin who are not oily at all. It will keep you luminous and looking good. But for someone like me with my oiliness, this is not working. There are foundations that last really well on me. Like I put it on and I'm done and I still look the same. And I gotta say that if I mix this, when I mix this foundation with the Fenty hydrating foundation, the hydrating one, not even the matte one, it lasts longer. That's how I've been wearing it. That's why I wasn't able to give you guys a review, because I've been mixing it mainly because of the color and the longevity. You can't see it on camera because the camera washes me out, but it's a bit orange on me, so the color is a bit off. So when I started mixing it with the Fenty foundation because of the color, but it also helps with the longevity of the foundation. I love it together, those two together. I just love it. I haven't actually worn the Fenty one long enough as well. Maybe we should do a review, maybe a one-day review if things work out well. I think it's more like, I think it's better than this one for oily skin girls, even though it's also a hydrating foundation. But we have to give it points. First of all, it's lightweight, like it says, very lightweight. I don't feel like I'm wearing so much makeup, even though I have concealer on and I have everything on. You know, the foundation is like the biggest factor of how you feel. So my concealer is also very lightweight, the Benefit one. So I don't feel like I'm wearing so much. I don't feel uncomfortable or anything, even though I've been wearing it for so long. Now that I'm oily, I feel a bit heavy, but without the oils, I feel A1. And number 2, it doesn't crack. It wears off well. There's foundation that it lasts, you get oily and then your whole foundation starts to crack and look like sandpaper on your face. Even though sandpaper is dry, you just look oil with cracks. It doesn't look like that. Even my nose is oily, but it looks, coverage is still there. It looks good. And today we gotta say the coverage stayed on well, even here. What happened today? But the coverage is moved here. Like I have some lines, maybe someone scratched me, maybe a baby scratched me. We have Sahim here, who's a baby, a toddler. Yeah, so coverage still there, still hanging on. I'm just so oily. So if you're willing to be touching up, which I think you can with this foundation, I think you can touch up with some powder and look good as new. Should we try that? Are you guys? Oh no, we've tried blotting it, and you can see while blotting it I look so good. I look fresh again. Let me show you guys. Let's blot it again. Blotting it, sometimes blotting it is better than adding powder, to some foundations, because you can add powder and add powder and add powder, and at the end of it you look so cakey because of all the powder and all the products you have on. When I blot it, so much of it comes out, so it's not like it's transfer proof. You guys can see, I don't know, the light. So not long wearing, not on me. Maybe it's long wearing, but I'm oily, so the oils do come out. So apart from that, I don't hate it. I actually do like it. Yani, if I'm gonna be wearing this, I know I have to wear it for like 5 hours, which is more than enough most times, unless you're going to work. If you're going to work with this all day, you just wear this if you need your face to look nice and fresh for a few hours, then you're back and you don't need to stay with this foundation for too long. So I give it a 7. I give it a 7 because you can work with it, you can blot it. You just need to blot it a few times a day, and you just need to wear powder, and you need to do so much. About the Jackie Aina method, I don't like it. No. But because I'm stubborn, I am gonna try it one more time. I've tried it twice. Maybe I'm gonna try less product, but she puts a lot of product. She puts like a lot of powder, so I don't understand why it's not working for me. Because it was ruining my foundation from the start. I think all this problem here is because of the powder. It's not because of the foundation. I know you guys saw, I looked at the footage and you guys saw what happened here, and I had to rub it off. But I didn't rub it off here, and it's still just dry. Even though I'm oily and everything, it just looks like something went wrong right here. And I don't think you guys will be able to see that. So that's it for the review. I hope I said everything I wanted to say. I hope I remembered to say everything I wanted to say. This is a good foundation, not a very good foundation for oily skin. Stay away if you have oily skin. Maybe you can try a mattifying primer, you can try a spray, you can try the powder if it will work for you. It does not work for me. Maybe another thing is that I put the powder all over my face, yes, and the places where I didn't place the concealer, they look a-okay with the powder underneath them. But the places where I placed the concealer, so maybe not a mattifying concealer, you know, all of these are things we need to test out. I will test them out by myself. I won't make a video, but if you guys want to know, you can just ask me and I'll tell you guys how it went about. Or when I do try it again, maybe I put it on my stories on Instagram, so follow me there. It's also at Cypher Beauty. Okay, so I think that's it for today. We are done with this foundation review that lasted 4 days for me. I hope it's not a very long video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Do not forget to subscribe, please, and ring that bell so you're notified and watch my videos. Okay, please, thank you. That's about it. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm watching you. You can do it now. Done? Okay, bye.